There's some products that you've pretty recently rolled out. Can you touch on any of those? I see the word mini in some of them. So of
Yeah.
course that it's not usually a term used in mining though. That
No, no, exactly. Look, it's probably worth mentioning what exactly this thing is, though. So,
yes. Let's spend some
in
time
it,
on it.
in it, yeah, only because I don't want your audience to go, "Why are you using acronyms?" So, inertial navigation is just a combination of the motion sensors and the sat positioning systems, right?
Right.
Everyone knows what GPS is. Well, technically speaking, we use GNSS, which is not just the GPS satellite system. It's actually a lot of other ones. There's four major constellations out there. All that means is we have a lot more satellites to choose from at any given time. Makes it more available, more accurate, things like this.
Okay.
And then you have the inertial measurement unit, which is it's there to measure motion in three directions. So you need to be able to know what your acceleration is in all three dimensions, but you also need your rotation as well.
Right.
Otherwise, you can't tell which way you're facing, which way you're going, what's your roll, what's your pitch, things like this. And so that's what we do. That's the core of our business, right? Now, we've always had a range of pretty good quality inertial navigation systems, but what we've just recently done is launched a next generation version of that core product range called Certus Mini. Now, there's a few things that are pretty important to note. Is that it's a ground up design. Like every single part of it was white sheet, blank paper from scratch. And that's allowed us to improve effectively every single little bit of the solution, right? But then we also did the same thing with the software. We've basically gone back to basics and completely redone all of that so that we can have a pretty comprehensive improvement. Now, it may not look that way in terms of spec, but what it means is the ability to manufacture it easily, at scale, do it efficiently, but also make sure the consistency is as high as it can possibly be. And then we've done something even further, and that's added a dual antenna version in the same form factor. So why is that important? Imagine you're trying to navigate around in your car, and then you stop. When you stop, how do you know which way you're facing? Well, you could use, let's say, magnetic north. Oh, that's fine. But then what if a huge truck pulls up and the system happened to be mounted on that side of the vehicle? Well, that huge truck is going to completely sway that magnetic north. And so you don't know which way you're actually facing anymore because of the magnetic interference around you. Well, if you've got two antennas, doing a bit of a comparison of the signals that are being received by both allows you to draw a line between the two, and that's your heading vector. It also has some other interesting implications. Let's say you're an aircraft. If you're trying to fight some crosswind, well, you don't actually go straight ahead. You're slipping through the sky. You have a bit of an angle that's different from the direction you're traveling in. So having those two antennas allows you to also know what that angle is. So you know not only which way you're going, but you know which way you're facing at all times. So this is really critical for a lot of the work that we do, especially when it involves, survey work, autonomy. Yeah, knowing the absolute, attitude of the vehicle is super critical. You can't do any sort of autonomous navigation without it.